if your goal is to see progress with your fitness program, one of the things that we find a great deal of importance is creating a definition of fitness. And this isn't something that we feel is authentic to adopt somebody else's definition of fitness. Rather, we want people to really create their own definition of fitness. So what does that look like? Many people who come in and begin a strength training program, they talk about some of the things that they want to do and then some of the things that they notice are difficult. And so they create a definition of fitness that is authentic to them based around those two pieces right there. So, I want to be able to keep up with my kids. I want to be able to walk up the stairs without pain, or things that they can't do, such as, man, when I go skiing, I have to come in, half a day early before my friends and family because I'm just utterly wiped out. Or, man, anytime I do any sort of exertion, I will have to spend the next 7 to 12 days laying low because it is that exhausting. So they create their definition of fitness based around that as work capacity, being able to do more in a specific amount of time, or maybe they see it as not being strong enough to do certain things, or they see it in an energy management piece, and so they create their definition of fitness. We help those people expand upon those points by illustrating something. Is we see 10 components of or 10 areas of adaptation where we can see measurable and objective changes that we correlate to fitness. So coordination, flexibility, stamina, speed, power, strength, and so on. We see 10 of those skills being able to be improved. And so really what we notice is the imbalance between those things. So what we try to tie into the conversation is balanced fitness, right? Is we don't want to be so strong and powerful, but have trouble, bending down to put our socks on. That's not balanced fitness in our viewpoint. Or we don't want to have incredible aerobic capacity, but at the expense of not being able to control my knees when I squat. Again, another imbalance to fitness. And we notice those imbalances, with pains in life, or not being able to keep up, or it rears its ugly head in some way, shape, or form. But again, as people go through, this fitness journey, right? So we have multiple years underneath our belt, is our definition of fitness will evolve over time. So I know that myself, I was engaged in CrossFit, and I took on CrossFit's definition of fitness, and I chased that for a while. As constantly varied functional movements executed at high intensity. You're only as strong as your weakest link. And really the direction that I saw this monster going down is this work capacity monster. Yet I never found myself ever winded, noticeably winded when I was doing my everyday things that I like to do, which is kayaking, which is swimming in some sort of body water, such as kickball, volleyball. I never really noticed, being that depleted after any of my exercises. So it really made me question, why am I doing these metabolically intensive pieces day after day after day, even though I personally didn't find a lot of pleasure in the process. So I did that for 6 years, and about 2 years ago, I developed my own definition of fitness, and I wanted to share that with everybody. And again, I urge you to reflect and to think about your own definition of fitness, and the benefit of that is that you will then have a lot greater understanding of what you are trying to reach, and it's a lot easier to reverse engineer a plan knowing where we currently are and where we want to go, and reverse engineering a plan in order to get there. And so my definition of fitness is I see it as a tool belt. Is I don't necessarily care that my tools get more powerful and stronger. For example, my best snatch is 200 pounds. I don't necessarily care to snatch 225 or 255 pounds. So I don't care that I have a drill with, an extra half horsepower on it. But I care to not only have a drill, but a saw, a screwdriver, a level. I'm kind of running out of analogies here, but you get the picture. So the way I see that is, I want to get a back lever. I want to be able to hold a handstand for 60 seconds. I want to be able to snatch 200 pounds. I want to be able to do 50 unbroken pull-ups and push-ups. I want to be able to, hop into any sort of physical endeavor and get middle of the pack. And that is what is engaging and pleasurable and fun, and it also supports my lifestyle. So again, I urge you to think about what your definition of fitness is, and when you have that definition of fitness, it makes the why a lot more clear and puts a lot more value behind your training. And oftentimes when you go through this process, you'll find that you're going to get one of the most important things back to your training, which is consistency, because you have that why, you have that overarching vision.